guys? It's Peter from Brad's Trads.
And I'm Justin from Brad's Trads.
And we're here with a shooting on the run tutorial video for you guys.
First, I'm going to go over what I'm using, my head, my shaft, and the shooter setup and what kind of mesh I'm using. So this is a Warrior Nas X, the college legal version, or all levels of play. It has one straight shooter and one straight nylon. It's got a mid-low pocket. I use it for face-offs, and the shaft I'm using is a Brian Swizzle Scandium. It's a grip shaft. And now Peter will tell you.
Alright guys, I'm using a Tribe 7 Ghost 7, lightest head in the world, X-Spec, all of them are. I've got a floated top string, so I know East Coast guys throw no string, they'll like to do drop top strings or a Iroquois or Huron. I didn't really like it in this head, I tried it, but the pinch is just so narrow that it kind of tightens up the channel too much for me. Like that, I don't like that, I like a wider channel. So I kind of floated it out. I think Greg Urelian does this with all of his Tribe 7s. And yeah, so it turned out pretty sick. It kind of creates a nice U top string. That's a straight. It's only on one mesh row. Kind of like a Shenango top string does, but doesn't look like it all. Yeah, this is Jimalac soft mesh with one straight. Throwing a string ball stop. And this is a Warrior. I think it's a burn shaft. It's for my select team, or my former select team. And then my tape setup, I've got Canadian tape. No, I'm not Canadian, I just like the tape. And the way I do my tape, I do the same amount top and bottom. So a little bit more than my hand when I'm wearing gloves. And my tape for the middle, it's like I like to do face-offs. It's right, if I hold the shaft like this, it's the same width, side, same length, sorry guys, on both ends. And shoulder width apart, both sides. So yeah, now we're gonna get to the video. Alright guys, now I'm gonna show you how to shoot on the run. So what you're gonna want to do is obviously have a nice clean ball. The first and I think the most important thing to shooting on the run is never stop your feet. So say you get here, you're running or jogging down the field, and you stop to either wind up sidearm or take a more accurate shot. It's never gonna work because most of the times you're not going to completely trash your defender, especially if you're a higher level player, and he's going to be 1 or 2 steps behind you. And me being a defender, that's plenty of time for us to get in, get a slap on your hands, get a lift or a poke, or even just completely wreck you. So never stop your feet. Once you get your dodge, whether it be a split or a roll or a bowl or a face dodge, always keep your feet moving on the run. As soon as you get here, just let it rip, and never stop moving. Alright, so now the actual shooting part. So what you're going to want to do is, in your head, and you're going to want to start, I'd say almost halfway between the box and midline. I mean, obviously we don't have it here in our backyard, but once you get on the field, you'll see what I mean. Because you want to start your dodges nice and high, and most of the times your defender's going to stay in if he's not that used to defense. And this is a perfect time to get a great dodge in. So what you're going to want to do, I'm going to do a split dodge to show you. For a split dodge, have the ball in your left hand. If you're a righty and you don't know what a dodge is, you'll see what I mean. So what you're going to want to do, come on here and play defense, Justin. Just dummy defense. So Justin's right there. I'm running at my man. I jab hard with my left, split it into my right hand, and then I get it, and I go to the cage. So now I'll show you that full speed. Judge, just play dummy defense, because you're a dummy. And that's the dodge part. So now, the actual shooting mechanics, where your hand should be, and where I think personally you should aim, but it's completely up to you, but I'll explain that later. So Justin, come back out here. Alright, so what I did, I split, jabbed my left foot hard, Justin, you can stop. And as soon as I got where I was in comfortable shooting range, and it's going to vary depending on where the defense is and how fast they slide. So we don't have any defenders out here, but we'll get a video in the future showing full speed defenders, all that good stuff. I'm out of breath. So when you get here, get your arms out and high, like a regular shot, and make sure your stick's not down or up. Make sure it's nice and parallel with the floor. And when you get it here, you keep, alright, so you keep your feet moving. And obviously I missed that one, but you keep your feet, hey Justin. Alright, so you keep your feet moving, hands nice and high, release the ball, and you should end up sort of like this. Because eventually what you want to do is get so much speed and momentum going forward into your shot that you rip it, and then you end up backwards. So you shoot it like this, and you're releasing right at the cage. Your stick should be over here, pointed right at the cage, right at your target. And your momentum ends up pushing you backwards. And obviously this is an advantage because if there's a defender right there, he's going to catch you from the back. That's a penalty. And if you stay like this, it's not that much power because you're only shooting with your arms and wrists. You want to get your entire shoulder muscles, even your hip rotator, and your core into the shot. If you get all of that into your shot, you're going to be a great shooter on the run and a great midfielder. For attackmen, shooting on the run, you're not going to do too much of it. But here, I'll show you what you do when you have a shot on the run. So Justin, come back to play defense on me. And I'm not an attackman. I'm not going to pretend I am. So if I do something wrong or it seems odd to you, let me know down in the comment section so I can just fix what I meant or show you what I meant. Justin, come on and play defense. So same kind of thing. You're going to want to throw a split dodge usually from X just to fool the defense. And if you're a really shifty attacking, you can get it. So Justin, stop. When you're shooting on the run for attack, a lot of times you're going to have a little wrap shot, or you're running up and up. You have a shot like that where you're running up towards, and you want to do the same thing. You're rotating, you shoot, get your core and muscles into it, and you end up like this. So if the defense pushes you, it's in the back, that's a penalty. All right, so now I'll show you a few full speed dodges. With no defense, because there's really no point. We're not wearing pads or anything. Alright guys, so the first dodge I'll show you is a split. This is my favorite kind of dodge because, I mean, I've just worked on it a lot, really improved it, and it just seems to work for me. So, here we go. Alright. So, if you notice where I was aiming, I wasn't aiming high, I wasn't aiming at the middle, I wasn't aiming near side. I always aim bottom corner. It's a smaller target, but usually I'm not that accurate of a shooter, so I'll either bounce it nice and in if I need to get a high bounce on the goalie, or I just hit, bam, bottom left. So I'm running, either bounce it high, or get a nice shot on the cage. Here, now I'll show you a face dodge. And I'll only show you these two because a roll dodge is time and room. You're not really going to do it from up top. And a bull dodge has been banned, so if you're ever going to throw one of those, make sure you don't get a penalty for it because I'm pretty sure it's a 2-minute non-releasable now. So for a face dodge, you come down, you act like you're going to split, but then you keep it. So your defender stays there, then you come back, like that. And notice how I got my entire body into that shot. You can hear it off the pipe. It'll make a loud noise if you hit pipe. If you hit cage, it's going to push the cage all the way back. And if you're strong enough, the goal's going to move back too. As long as it's not anchored down. So I'll show you one more split, just to see if I can redeem myself off that missed shot. Alright. Alright guys. I'll show you one more face dodge too. Guys, thanks for watching. Like the video down below if you liked it. Comment any tips for me and Justin and Brad. We're all freshmen in high school, still learning the game. If you're a coach who watches our videos, we'd appreciate the tips and stuff. If you're a kid and you have some questions, go ahead and ask some questions down below. We'll try to our best ability to answer them. Thanks for watching and have a great day.